I would say, folks, that Shrapnel is currently one of the most hyped Web3 FPSs. That's a first-person shooter in the crypto space that is within the realm of blockchain gaming. Shrapnel and Gala Games are officially teaming up, but is that actually a good thing? In this video, we're going to be breaking it down, the positives and the negatives that I see. If you want to jump in, get involved in a channel that is going to bring you the no BS, unbiased content about the projects that I cover, crypto.com, Gala Games, and other projects alike, then like the video if you like it, subscribe, hit notifications, and let's get straight into this. So essentially, folks, this isn't just a marketing collaboration between the two projects. Shrapnel is actually integrating with Gala Chain, and the two projects are actually aiming to enter the Chinese market together, which, as I kind of did mention, could be a great and fantastic move or a pretty risky one. Alrighty guys, so what is Shrapnel? Let's talk about that for those of you that don't know, because it's a pretty big deal. So it's essentially a AAA first-person extraction shooter originally built on Avalanche, guys, with devs from Halo, big hitters, Call of Duty, and HBO were also involved. The game essentially blends high-stakes PvP, which is player versus player, and Web3 ownership in the form of NFTs, of course. Players earn loot and customize with NFTs and tokens. Now, in terms of the actual partnership itself, guys, the partnership essentially means Shrapnel will integrate with Gala Chain and serve as a high-profile gateway into China's gaming ecosystem. Gala is essentially pushing this as a historic moment. They've gained access to the TCC, which is China's official blockchain for IP protection, and Shrapnel is going with them. Alright, so the actual partnership and the pros of why this could work, okay? This is the positive, okay? Let's start with what this could mean if everything does go right. Shrapnel is not vaporware, guys. It's polished, it's playable, as you can see here, and backed by some actual serious developers. Not just a developer team that only cares about the token and rug pulling its community, even if the Shrap token has undeniably not been performing too well from its peak. For Gala itself, this could finally add a credible game to its struggling portfolio, which objectively is pretty bad. Let's just be honest. We've spoken about that before. And let's not underestimate the Chinese market. You've essentially got over 600 million gamers and now official government channels to distribute blockchain content. But there's always a double-edged sword, guys, pretty much more often than not. What could essentially go wrong, guys? So let's slow down. There are still plenty of risks here, all right? Gala has a bad track record, okay? Just ask fans of Miranda's Last Expedition or Superior, with big promises and very little follow-through, particularly on the marketing side of things. They build some games, sure, but where's the effort to actually market them and actually get people playing the games? It's virtually not there at scale. It never has been. Shrapnel was already on Avalanche, guys. Will this actual cross-chain functionality even work smoothly? That's yet to be determined. China isn't exactly known for easy crypto integration either. Gala might have a deal on paper, but enforcement and scalability could be a completely different story. We know that because China just does make things hard unless it's for the CCP. All right, let's just be honest. We know that. How many times have they actually banned Bitcoin and crypto over the last 5 years? A few times, yeah? And if this turns out to be just another shiny PR stunt, it could essentially damage both brands, be it Shrapnel and Gala Games, even though it is already, quite frankly, pretty damaged. Alrighty, so that brings us on to the next important segment, and this is something that I did want to cover. It's Bitbenders' actual X post right here. Now, he has been coming on doing a lot of posting about Gala Games since he left. He was pretty much the face of the company, let's be honest. Benefactor just hides behind this imaginary wall there. Nobody really gets to see who he is. But Jason was the face, all right? So let's just basically summarize this X post right here, because it's called Gala's Bold Transition from Egg Rolls to Egg Rolls. Interpret that however you want. But look, he's just laying it on the line there. So whether you like it, hate it, whatever, it's a hell of a post. So I'm basically going to summarize it in 1 minute for you right here. So he's the former public face of Gala Games, as I just did mention, okay? So he's dropped a scathing, but it's really essentially still a thoughtful take on the actual Shrapnel partnership, okay? So really he starts off by applauding Gala for doing what few Western Web3 projects dare, partnering with China's trusted copyright chain. But then he slams the move as a complete reversal of Gala's founding values, which is decentralization, freedom, and self-sovereignty. He compares Gala's new China-friendly direction to its recent past, which essentially is sponsoring White House events with bunny costumes and American flags. Now, they're entering the world's most tightly controlled internet economy, chasing state approval, real name IDs, and pre-approved content. You can't really argue with that though, can you? He says that both Gala and Shrapnel are hyping each other's outdated stats while ignoring the harsh reality user activity is low. That is the data. That's what it shows. Okay, you can see it right here. Okay, and the community is furious, which is also true. He questions if developers will now be forced to comply with Chinese censorship KYC and data laws. And finally, he warns this isn't just a pivot, it's a full rewrite of essentially what was their original mission to serve a new master, Beijing in this case. It's brutal, all right, yes, but he says still rooting for Gala as long as they can rediscover the values that made them matter in the first place, okay? So that is his official take. And look, you have to give it some grace because the bottom line is he was the face. He saw all the nitty gritty behind the scenes that all of us in the community, even as content creators, let's be real, pretty much all the content creators have been banned from official Discord. I don't think I have because I just haven't been in there in a really long time. Okay, but he's seen behind the curtain. He's worked for him for years from the start, so he can see where the direction was, where it's going. But let me know in the comments what you think about that post, or about this whole video, in fact. Do you like it? Do you like my unbiased take? If you do enjoy it, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and comment, hit notifications as well. On to the next part. All right, guys, so what is my take? All right, let's just think about it here. Here's where I land on this, folks. If Gala actually integrates Shrapnel and makes the Chinese expansion a real thing, this could be the best thing to happen to them in years. It is possible. But I've seen this pattern before. They got flashy partnerships, big announcements, and then essentially nothing really comes of it. They don't fulfill it. Okay, so they put the work out there, but there's just no effort that I kind of mentioned earlier in the video in terms of the marketing. Yeah, okay, you've built a game, but where's the actual effort in continued marketing, continued development of games? Because once you build a game and it's technically playable, that's not it. Think of the most successful games. PUBG, Rust, Dota 2, just 3 prime examples. What do you think their developers are doing? Every single month, possibly even sooner, there is always updates, fixes, marketing, trying to get more people into the game playing. Gala doesn't do that, okay? They probably know that they should, but the reality is they just don't do it. Okay, that's just a simple fact of the matter. So will that trend continue? Likely, but hopefully it's broken here. So I do want to be optimistic. I want to see Gala succeed. I want to be playing things like Miranda's and using my NFTs. Oh, by the way, I did just play the Miranda's playtest and I was actually pleasantly surprised. It was pretty good. So I'm going to be making a bit of a breakdown analysis on that in a future video. Like the video, let me know in the comments if you do want to see that. But guys, Gala needs to earn back its trust, not just throw another logo on the pile. Okay, so is it a smart move or is it a desperate grab? Let me know in the comments, guys. Yeah, and if you want more of this coverage, then let me know. And yeah, in following videos, I'm going to keep breaking down more important Gala stuff for y'all. As for the actual game itself, Shrapnel, as I kind of mentioned, this is really my type of game. And in an ideal world, which we pretty much never have, I'd love to be playing Shrapnel on Gala with just a flourishing user base and just playing this game, streaming it, making content about it. It's really fun. I mean, this is the kind of passion I have for general gaming. This is more up my alley. First-person shooter style, extraction shooters, battle royales like a PUBG, that kind of thing, you know. So I really want this game to do well. I do. I want it to do well. I have bias. I want to play it. I do hold a bit of Shrapnel token. I bought it at the top, and I've held it until rock bottom. I want it to go up. I love it. You know, this is where my passion lies. So I do have bias in wanting it to succeed. But at the same time, I'm not going to BS you guys. This is just the reality of the situation. And look, I guess it's something. It's positive in that something's happening. All right. Because before this, it didn't really look like much more was happening when it came to at least Shrapnel. Okay, so maybe this is going to get him a bit more spotlight. Who knows? Chinese gamers are pretty intense, especially for this kind of genre. So I think that's important as well. So that's something that I pulled just from traditional Web 2 gaming. That's got nothing to do with Web 3. That's going a little bit off topic now into them potentially getting excited for that. But it's really hard to say what that's going to mean for everything on more of a holistic level. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.